Jenna here with Usborne Books and More and Treasures with Usborne, and I'm going to share with you some of my favorite Usborne books, and these are in no particular order because I love them all equally. So the first one is Animalie. I love you, Animalie. This is a super cute book. I think that every grandma should have this in her household. This is also a great book to have for like a baby gift, to have on hand. It just goes through and it says, I love you briskly like an impala, I love you hungrily like a shark, I love you musically like a lark. And so there are a ton of different animals, and some of them aren't so familiar, like a lark or an impala, and so just a really fun book. The next one is our pop-up garden. We also have Pop-Up Jungle, and I just love our pop-up books. They are so cool and dimensional, and they just make it kind of come alive. So if you have a visual learner, these are perfect for them. Really cool. So it's a pop-up book. I love our Spot and See books, and we have everything from very first out and about Spot books to the zoo picture puzzle books, and then this is a big book of things to spot. And as you can see, there are a ton of different scenes and stuff for them to look and find. There are over 4,000 pictures for them to find. This is a great one to have for a trip or for an activity or quiet time. That's an awesome one. Another great one is Panda in the Park. This is my daughter's one of her favorites. She just giggles all the time. She loves the little cutouts the most, and so just this little panda and his friends playing hide and go seek. And so just a really cute board book. Choose Your Own Ever After I love because the story changes every time you read it. So this is a great book for your teenage boy or girl. Choose Your Own Ever After. This one's How to Get to Rio. So as you can see, you get to a certain point in the book and then asks you, if you think Kitty should meet Rio and Persephone, go to page 114. If you think Kitty should go back to the campground with Bee and Izzy, go to page 137. And so you get to pick how you want the story to end, and so you can change it every time you read it. And it's a great chapter book. As you can see, it's a little bit thicker, but really pretty easy read for a teenager. So that one is Choose Your Own Ever After. Next one is Spin and Match. This one is a self-correcting comprehension book. And so what happens is if you read a little bit of the story, so this one is about the king who lost his clothes, loved his clothes. He says, King Bing loved clothes. One day 2 men came and wanted to see the King Bing. And then over here you have a little quiz. And so the first question says, King Bing loved clothes. Wait, I think I skipped a part. So that's a self-correcting. Oh yeah, here we go. So it says King Bing loved, and you have blank. And so then you have to fill in, you spin the thing at the top to match the color that you think it is. And then on the other side it's self-correcting like you saw. So then if you get the colors right, then you know you got it right. So then you just go through the whole book, and it really helps them with the visual comprehension of a story to know what they read. One of my other favorites is the My Farm Animal World. We also have Jungle, Wild Animals, I Can Count in the First 100 Words. And I love it because it has these 9 chunky little board books. You can see they are pretty chunky. And it just talks about that specific animal. Whoops. And what it eats, where it lives, what the baby's called. And then these are even great for your older toddlers because in the back that has a picture of the animal, so you can match up the books. You can stack them out, put them back in. And so just, you know, pretty good entertainment for your child. Next one is Big Book of Little Stories. This one is a fabulous combined volume that has several stories in it. It has some of the original classics like Little Miss Muffet, Three Little Pigs, but then it also has some unknown stories like the dinosaur who lost his roar, and they are just super cute. The pictures are really cute, and the stories aren't very long. So a great value for what you're paying for. Another great value is a nursery rhymes. This has the slip case and a cloth binding, and it has the ribbon bookmark, if I can pull it out. And if you have, I believe this is a great book to have in every household, and even the grandma, because it has all the nursery rhymes. So you just see they're just really pretty short. This just has all the classics, which are really fun to have your child learn and to read them with them. So that's the nursery rhymes. Last I'm going to show you and an awesome cookbook is our Start to Cook book. This is a great book to have for your whole family, to cook with your whole family. It talks about the different things. It talks about pasta, the veggies, fruits and veggies. It has the pictures of the recipes that helps your child visually know what they're supposed to do on each step. It has some really fun recipes in here. I actually made some of the smoothies in here and they were delicious. So just a really great family cookbook to have to add to your library. So let's start to cook. Those are some of my favorite books.